On the 10th of September 2019, thousands of people gathered on Wurundjeri land in the Kulin Nation. They met on the front of the Victorian Parliament in Melbourne, Australia. They gathered to convey their disgust on another planned desecration of Indigenous sacred sites. This time, the government has chosen to destroy sacred birthing trees on Djab Wurrung country. Over 50 generations have been born on these sites, and the birthing trees themselves are 800 years old. An alternative route that doesn't destroy Indigenous sacred sites has so far been dismissed by government. Among those who took to the stage to say enough is enough was DT Zellanach Djab Mara. Zellenach is a proud Djab Wurrung Women Mara Gunai Kurnai Yuan man who belongs to many clans. He gave this powerful speech.
Firstly, I'd like to pay my respects and acknowledge this country we're standing on to conduct our business here today. So I'd like to pay my respects and acknowledge the continuation of the law of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, who are our brothers and sisters from just down the road. So I'd like to pay my respects to the old people. I'd like to pay respects to their now people. And I most certainly pay my respects to the future of those people, which is so important. Which at the end of the day, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, nephews, nieces, we all have a responsibility to one another. Our laws are not separated. Our laws are what bring us together, which is Bunjil's law, which go right around the country, or the continent as we know it. I stand here as a proud Djab Wurrung Women Mara Gunai Kurnai Yuan man who belong to many clans. I stand here and support wholeheartedly, with the respect that it so deserves, to stand behind our women and children, who at the end of the day, as a man, that's my job. That's what we are taught. We are taught to respect our women, which is what our law is based on anyways. Respect of woman, respect of Mother Earth. You see, we have to stop thinking that we are superior to country and our land. We have to stop thinking that we are separate from it. We are two in the same. We are the land. So what you do to our country and what you do to our land, you do to us. And as a sovereign man who never ceded my sovereignty, never ceded any part of my sovereignty, never actually had the permission to cede my sovereignty, which is my children's sovereignty and their children's sovereignty and their children's sovereignty, which is a continuation of our law, which is a continuation of our existence, which is a continuation of who we are today, whether we understand it or whether we don't. When you turn around and say you're a proud black person, or you're a proud black fella, or you say you're proud to be under our law, under your own law, under your own customs, that's what you stand to say you're proud of. For me, when you strip all the layers away from it, I get sick and tired of men coming in doing what they're doing to our women and children. It disgusts me. And I'm getting sick and tired of those who want to accommodate for it as well. I'm getting really sick and tired of it. Our women and children are the most oppressed people in our country, in this land. And we as men can't get up and help them or stand behind them when they're under attack. Isn't that what we're taught growing up in our homes? Isn't that what your father would do for you? If someone was to come into your home, decimate your home, and destroy your kids and their future, isn't that what your father's responsibility is? To stand up for them? To say, no, you are not going to come into our home and you are not going to destroy. You are not going to cause harm. Even under this illegal regime, we say there's no consent. We've always said there's no consent. When anyone does business in this country, the foundation of the business that you conduct is built on respect. How can my people go in and do business when there's no respect? To have open dialogue. Open dialogue is without manipulation, without harm, without fear of being harmed. That's what open dialogue is. Once that has been broken, you then got to go into mediation. How come we haven't had mediation? How come our women haven't had mediation for our country? How come I've got to sit out on country as a man and have most of my brothers there gambling around, plastic making excuses? You need to get on country and fight for your country, because at the end of the day, treaty not going to save you. Treaty not going to do what your sovereignty will do for you. Treaty not going to do what connection to country will do for you. They can make all the laws and whatever they want in the world. But if you don't follow the law of the land, well, what are you following? Because by following the law of the land, it means you're syncing in with the land. The same way you synchronise in with your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. The same way. Connecting to Mother Earth as a certain synchronisation costs you nothing. It really does. I'm getting sick and tired of men and mob out there that are not standing up for the proper reasons. You want to stand up for future? Well, the war isn't over. Stop acting like you're honeymooning. The war's still continuing. Why we act like we honeymoon? Why are we honeymooning with a treaty with this state government when they're doing this to our people? When they're doing this to our country, our land? How come? When are we going to stop doing this to ourselves? When are we going to stand up for one another? We are the humankind. We need to stray away from being a human race. Slow down, it's not a race. Where are you going? Stop serving the purposes of a crown, which at the end of the day, the ABN of Australia broke off from that in 86. The governor self-appoints himself, self-decisions, self-governs, which at the end of the day is an illegal process within their own law anyways. See that? They don't even stick by their own laws, which is, it's not shame, it's disgusting. The time for shame is done and dusted. The time for shame is long time gone. We need to move beyond it. We need to move towards action. Action will change. That's what it's about. Action will change. What are you prepared to stand up for? What are you standing up for? What do you stand for when you look yourself in the mirror? What do you stand for? We all come from a birthing place. We all come from hospitals. We all come from a birthing ground. We all come from a place of birthing, place of creation. We all come from that place. So we all know about it. We all know about birthing. So anyone that is dismissing the birthing is actually dismissing their own creation, their own significance through their ancestral roots. That's what they're actually denying. And to deny that is shameful. That is very shameful, but we need to change that. I just stand here, whether I stand here one out, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. But I stand for honour, I stand for culture, I stand for custom, I stand for law. Yes, I'm an initiated man. Yes, I have my tribal scars. So anyone that want to learn that business, there's a place we go for that. Isn't out here on the concrete either. It's called land, it's called country. out there where the serenity is, out there where you get your connection, where you get your energies, the same way you get from your crystal quartzes and the new moons and all those sorts of things. Wake up, we've been doing that for thousands of years. Wake up. We have. We were your original farmers. And where do you think they got the concept of farming from? The originals. I'm not an Aboriginal. I'm a Djab Wurrung Women, Gunai, Kurnai, Djab Mara man. Those are the tribes that I represent. That's who I represent. I don't represent Aboriginal. When you think about the term Aboriginal, it's actually to take away from. It's saying you're actually not an original, which we are the original people. We are. We have the original law. We have the original custom. And at the end of the day, you call yourself an Australian, well, we're your true Australians at the end of the day. We are your Australians that come from this land, that come from this soil. We are your Australians that have the song lines to this country. The water dreaming. We have it all. We've been waiting 240 years to include you in our dreaming. So, 2020 coming up, and as Uncle Robbie Thorpe would say, hurry up and get some 2020 vision, will ya?
Yeah.
Get up to date with the times. But I thank each and every one of you for the continuation, for listening to my voice for over 15 months. I'm a relentless human being. I won't give up. And I don't care who I've got to stand against. I don't care what organisations I've got to stand up to. And I don't care what 9 to 5 mob I've got to stand eye to eye to. Because when you talk about our law, fellas like me, you're proper lawman. We've been through the custom, we've been through the initiations. So don't stand there and talk to me like crap. You want to talk about country, you want to talk about culture? Get off the concrete. Stop supporting concrete movements. Get back out on the land, be a part of the country. So at the end of the day, this government is forcing us to do one of two things. You either stand up and take your sovereignty, or you lay down and you get treaty and you get nothing. Which when you see the process of treaty, not very transparent, not very open, not very organised, not very black when I think about it, not very cultured, not very inclusive. And they're actually targeting our future. They're targeting our future to sign off, to give away their rights. They're actually targeting our future to destroy and commit harm once again. Think about it. Anytime this government is moving very fast to do anything for us, it's doing it to fuck us, not to free us. We're not in the Constitution, nor should we be, and we still don't have any rights. Even though we have all the laws in place, the cultural heritage laws, all the laws in place to protect us. And we're still here having to be on the streets with the bullymen behind us standing there with their staunch behavioural ways, their staunch acts towards us with their guns and their tasers, and we're here as peaceful people. We have always been peaceful people, which is why we take to the street. But the movement is getting stronger. The spirit is starting to talk. So don't be one of the ones left out. Do what's right. Do what's fair. Thank you very much. Have a good day.